Keta, I thought you were going to help me with this one.
I'm here.
Oh, well, come on in. We're ready to go.
I'm making my way.
All right. Do you have something going on?
Why do you ask?
Well, I mean, you're wearing these dark glasses. It's inside. It's not sunny inside the house. Why are you wearing the dark glasses?
Well, there's a reason, of course.
Well, might as well tell us what's going on.
Well, you promise you won't laugh?
I would never laugh at you.
I had my eyes done.
You had your eyes done? Well,
Yes, well, I always wanted to, and I finally got the courage.
well, this is a big occasion. Well, let's see.
You promise you won't laugh?
I certainly will not laugh.
Okay. 1, 2, 3, ingredients.
Go!
It was a little joke, okay? Right. All right, now really. 1, 2, 3.
Oh, look
Ta-da!
at that! Oh, look at that! Oh, your surgeon does great work.
Thank you.
You certainly look much more refreshed.
Oh, yes, and wide awake.
Well, you know, if you're going to have such a refreshed face, why don't we make a really refreshing 3-ingredient recipe?
I like your segue.
So as I mentioned, we are going to make a very refreshing salad to go with your new refreshed eyes.
What sort of ingredients are we putting in the salad?
Well, I recently watched a video by another YouTuber. Her name is Chef Z.
Chef Z?
Yes, and she has a channel called Made to Order.
Made to order?
Made to Order, yep.
Is that made as in the past tense, or made as in the domestic servant?
No, Made, M-A-D-E, and if you're interested in her channel, why don't you check down below where we have it linked. And we actually met at the YouTube Creator Day. Remember when Sullivan and I went?
Oh, that special day.
Yep.
Why wasn't I invited?
Well, only so much room in my backpack.
Oh, well.
So Chef Z and I actually met on Creator Day, and she went to shop at the Chelsea Market, and that reminded me of when we went to the olive oil store?
Oh, yes.
Yeah, there's a local olive oil store that also sells vinegars and all sorts of dressings and things. It's called The Branch. And so we got 2 really cool infused vinegars. Let me get them for you.
Ooh, okay.
So we're going to make 2 different types of salad, the same salad, but with 2 different types of dressings.
Ooh, is that more than 3 ingredients if you do it that way?
Well, it's only 3 ingredients per salad.
Oh, sneaky!
Well, something that's also very sneaky is if you get an infused vinegar, then that can count as one of the ingredients.
Ooh.
So we have these...
You're cutting corners all the way.
Well, you know, you gotta do what you gotta do. So we have these 2 great vinegars. One of them has jalapeno in it.
Ooh.
So nice and spicy. And the other one has honey and ginger in it.
Ooh.
So we're going to make 2 different...
Honey.
Yep. So one of them's got more of, say, a Latin American flavor with the jalapenos in it, and the other one has more of an Asian flavor
What
with...
happens if you put it together? Is it fusion?
I bet it would be.
Okay.
But that would be more than 3 ingredients per salad, so...
Oh, we don't want to do that then.
So our first ingredient is going to be one of these infused vinegars. If you don't have an infused vinegar, you can always just use a balsamic vinegar, or you could use a white wine or a champagne vinegar. I wouldn't use just distilled white vinegar because you're not going to get much of a flavor out of that. Our next ingredient is...
a cucumber wrapped in plastic.
Right, so you will want to unwrap it from the plastic before
What's
you
it doing in
use
the plastic in the first place? It
Well,
didn't grow that way.
Nope, this is an English cucumber, and English cucumbers have a very delicate skin.
Oh.
Yep.
The English are very delicate, I hear.
Right, so we are going to use 1 to 2 English cucumbers, but you can use as much or as little as you want. We're going to make 2 different salads, so we'll probably use up a whole English cucumber.
Ooh.
And so you can also use regular cucumbers. Just check to see if the skin is a little bit more thick. If it is, you may
You could
want...
always peel the skin off, I think.
You could peel it, or you could peel sections off the skin, as you've seen, you know, where it's...
Fancy.
Yeah. So cucumbers are our next ingredient. So now here's something different. Our third ingredient is completely up to the people who are watching.
A choose your own adventure sort
Choose
of thing,
your
if
own
you
adventure.
remember those.
Yep. So we will show you the ingredients that we used for this, but it depends entirely on what type of vinegar you get and what kind of flavor profile you're going for. And you don't have to limit yourself to 3 ingredients. This is such a simple salad.
Over here you do.
Over here you do. In this kitchen we only use 3 ingredients, but you will see we're going to make one that takes advantage of the jalapeno and one that takes advantage of the honey and the ginger to give us 2 completely different types of salads. So why don't we see how this is made? All right, so I have my cutting board where I have already prepared a couple of the ingredients for this. I have my cucumber cut in half, and now I have my mandolin. Mandolin's just going to allow me to get super thin slices of this cucumber so that it can soak up all of the different flavors that we're going to add to it. I am putting this on the setting number 2. Number 1 would be good for, say, potato chips or something that you would fry up. 2 will give me nice thin slices, but they won't be paper thin, so you'll actually have a little bit of crunch to this. So now I'm just going to start slicing up my cucumber. Now normally with a mandolin you'd want to use a guard, but because the cucumber is so long, because I have so much room, I don't necessarily have to worry about that just yet. And as you can see, this makes really short work of making nice, very thin slices of this cucumber. So I'm going to just get a few more slices because we're going to make 2 different kinds of salad. All right, so we are going to make 2 different salads, just about the size of a side salad for 2 different people, one for me and one for Ketta. So I'm just going to put my cucumber slices in 2 separate bowls so that they can each get dressed differently. That's about enough for each. And I am going to use 2 different kinds of white balsamic vinegar. As I mentioned, this is from a company that is local to us. It's called The Branch. They have a number of different types of olive oils and a number of different types of vinegars. Both of these vinegars are infused with different flavorings. This one is a jalapeno, so I'm going to add a few tablespoons of this jalapeno infused vinegar. Just enough to cover my first cucumbers, and to that I am going to add some chopped cilantro. I figured since jalapeno is more of a Mexican flavor, cilantro is often used in Mexican cooking or in Spanish cooking, so Latin American cooking, so that's going to marinate. I will mix that up in just a moment. My second salad, I have this honey ginger white balsamic vinegar. So again, I'm just going to add a couple of tablespoons on top of that. You can see the color's a little bit deeper on this one. A little bit out of camera, let me show you. So the color, because it's got the honey in it, is a little bit darker. It's a white balsamic, but it has that sort of deeper color, whereas the jalapeno doesn't have any real color to it. They're both white balsamic. You can really smell the ginger in this one. This is a little bit more sweet, and I always think of ginger as a little bit more Asian, so I have minced up some garlic really fine. So I'm just going to add that to the top of this one. And then all I need to do is just mix up the ingredients. It's just as quick as that. Now you could serve this immediately, but I would suggest leaving this out at room temperature for about 30 minutes or so, just to let the vinegar infuse and let all of the flavor from the 2 fresh ingredients, from the ginger and from the cilantro, just really work their ways in. Now you're not making a pickle, you're basically just dressing a very simple cucumber salad, but it is somewhat like a pickle because you do have vinegar involved with both of these. As we mentioned before, these 2 salads could be made with just regular white wine vinegar or champagne vinegar, and then you could add, say, sugar, you could add your own hot pepper flakes, you could add basically anything, sesame oil if you wanted to start adding some oils to this as well. Basically anything that goes with cucumbers, anything that would go in a good pickle, or anything that would go on a salad. So we're just going to let this hang out, let the flavors melt, and then we will see how Ketta likes his salad and how I like mine. So what do you think?
It's got a kick to it. I like it.
Yep, that's the jalapeno in there. And then, of course, the cilantro gives it a nice freshness, and also it's great Latin American Mexican flavor, so that really does help. So these are just as easy as that. I mean, this only took me, a couple of minutes to make, and then you can just let that sit and let the flavors meld together. It's kind of like making pickles, only you don't have to wait a couple of hours or overnight for the pickles
I'm sure
to
if you
brine.
waited for overnight, it'd be very flavorful. Though.
You could put these in jars and then just leave that in your fridge. Now remember, you're not actually pickling this, so it's not something that's going to preserve them. So after
It's just more just an infusion of the flavor.
right, so overnight's probably as far as I would push it. Otherwise, the cucumbers would get a little bit soggy.
We don't want soggy cucumbers. No, not at all.
No.
No.
No. So, Ketta, how do you feel about premiering your new eyes on this show?
Well, the eyes have it, so to speak.
Absolutely. And, if you like Ketta's new eyes, why don't you let us know down below? Or if you want us to try a recipe and try to make it with 3 ingredients, a comment would be great. What else can people do to help us out?
They can share it with their friends.
One of the most important...
Well, they can share it with their enemies if they want. But
sharing it with anybody
why
would
you would want to talk to your enemies beyond me.
Yeah, I know, but they could have a nice cucumber salad.
To bury the hatchet. Hopefully not in Jabba's heads or something like that.
This is getting dark. So yeah, sharing this with your friends, with your enemies, but don't put a hatchet in someone's head. That's definitely helpful to us. Also, if you want to, and you haven't so far, why don't you subscribe? We do a new 3-ingredient recipe every Thursday. There's a bunch of other stuff going on this channel. You were just in a video for George.
Yes, that was what inspired me to get... be cosmetic and all that.
That's right. I mean, if you're going to be a star, you've got to...
Of course!
Exactly. So thanks.
Maybe I'll get my own show now.
It's a limited week. Anyway, thanks so much for joining us this time. We will see you again next time.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. So what do you think?
Which one is it? The jalapeno or the garlic?
The puppets never know. Okay, one more time. This one's the jalapeno one. That might actually be ours. Okay.